warroomsports.com. Get that mobile app.
Football fans, what's really good? Welcome to this episode of Field Vision brought to you by War Room Sports. We still haven't found the Sports Kings yet. You know what I'm saying? Free the Sports Kings, wherever they are, man.
Yo, if they in ADAX, in lockdown and you can get a kite to them, like through my man Wayne Perry, yo, let them know.
No doubt. Listen, man, it's the Jaden Styles edition of Field Vision. It'll be a brief, short episode on the audio as well as the video. But my brother and I, B. Austin, we got to talk about one topic specific, and then we got to give our picks for some games this week, man. B. Austin, you ready?
Absolutely. Born ready.
Listen, man, I got to give you this crazy stat. And I'm going to ask you a question, man. E.J. Manuel is the first quarterback in the history of the National Football League to lose a game in 3 different countries. Now, he lost in Canada when the Bills played in Canada. He just recently lost in a London game. And, of course, he lost here in the States, man. So my question to you about E.J. Manuel, because at the beginning of that game, we thought he was the worst quarterback we've ever seen. Then he made a couple plays, man. Is E.J. Manuel that bad? Does he have a shot to be in this league, man? What's your opinion on what E.J. Manuel?
Yo, the fans is laughing at you. Does he have a shot to be in the league? Certainly. I mean, there's always a place for quality backup. Do I think that he's a starter? Man, like I always tell fans and our listeners, our audience and supporters, look, the game of NFL football is more akin to human animated chess than it is the game you played in Pop Warner. And the quarterback is much like, you know, the king or queen of a chess set. And so a lot of these guys come in and they try and play this position based on athleticism or based on pure talent. And they're not in the books. They're not in the film room like that. And I think that that's the difference that separates the greats from the very goods from the goods from the mediocre, and the mediocre from, you know, the clipboard carriers. And I think in EJ's case, it's not about his ability to throw the ball, run, you know, do the essentials athletically. It's about what he does in the film room and what he does in the playbook and understanding the game from a cerebral standpoint. And there's a couple of other QBs that are out there that I can, you know, we can name and we can run through. And I can get into my conspiracy theories on black quarterbacks and how they're taught to play the game from the rudimentary levels. But that's another time, another place. EJ Manuel, yeah, you can back somebody up.
Yeah, I mean, I also have my theory called the black quarterback percentage theory. Well, actually, it's a hypothesis. I haven't really done the research yet in terms of you know, the percentage of black athletes who get a chance to play quarterback and their success versus, you know, say the European. Now, obviously, it's a whole nother argument, whole nother hypothesis that has to be worked out. But nonetheless, I thought that was interesting that he lost in 3 different countries. But he kind of bounced back in that game. So, you know, we'll see what happens, man. Speaking of quarterback play.
Yo, my man Donovan McNabb sucked on 3 different teams in the same.
Listen, though. Speaking of quarterback play, man, we have 2 of the gods going at it this week. We have the Broncos and the Packers. The Packers travel to Denver to play the Broncos. Got to get your opinion on this game. Who you picking?
I am going with chalk. I'm going with the Broncos. Great defense. They're at home. Peyton Manning off of a bye week, resting, getting his 77-year-old body right to play. Pause. No Yusef Mack. I'm going with chalk because of the defense. Offensively, they have the tools. It's really about Peyton being the true Peyton or Peyton being the walking dead Peyton, you know, zombie Peyton versus real Peyton. So if he plays like real Peyton, then I think that you give this game to Denver. Now, fans are going to remember, if you follow us and you listen on Field Vision and you listen to the podcast, The War Room, on warroomsports.com, you're going to recall me saying, look, man, it's very, very hard to pick against God. And who's God in the NFL at quarterback right now? It's Aaron Rodgers. The problem with the Packers is they depend so heavily on him, and what I mean by that is not even so much just the offense. I don't think their units stand alone. Pause. No Yusef Mack units. Their units by themselves are that great independent of Aaron Rodgers. So I don't know. I think that you can get after the other areas of that team and force him to be it for them versus Denver that has a standalone great defense, standalone pretty good special teams, and good players at the skill positions.
All right, well, let me just say this, man. First of all, I just want to say, man, forgive me, Aaron Rodgers, because I'm about to sin. I'm taking the Broncos because they're playing at home. As I just said on our podcast, man, Peyton Manning, he hasn't looked great this year. But if there's going to be any week where I expect him to look a little bit better, it's coming off of the bye week. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go with the Broncos, take the home team.
Got some rest, probably was in the hyperbaric chamber, got twirly or two.
Yeah, forgive me, Aaron, before I have sinned, but I'm taking the Broncos, man. Listen, it's another big game this week. We got the Bengals at the Steelers. That's a big game in their division. I know Ben Roethlisberger has been trying to get back for like the last, like since he got hurt. Like he doesn't like missing games. He likes playing injured, and even if he can't walk, he wants to play.
He likes to give it here.
Aaron Rodgers. Let's say Aaron Rodgers. Ben Roethlisberger. You know, he takes what he wants notoriously, but the team is trying to. You know, they've won a couple of games without him, or a game without him. You know, Michael Vick is demoted to third string at this point. But the Bengals now look like one of the most well-rounded teams in the entire league. But they are playing in Pittsburgh. So, B. Austin, who are you taking in this game?
I'm taking the Bengals, and that's merely they're in Steelers Nation. They're at Three Rivers Stadium. That's merely based on the fact that the Steelers are without their starting quarterback, which is going to hinder their offense running efficiently and smoothly. You see, when you take Big Ben away and you put Michael Vick, then my man Antonio Brown turns into that's it, and it's not even his fault because that position is so dependent on timing and execution, and they depend too heavily on Le'Veon Bell. At that point, it becomes the Le'Veon Bell show almost exclusively. And while he is great and arguably a top three back, when you can put 66 people in the box because the quarterback can't throw to wide open receivers, you run the risk of a problem. And the Bengals are very, very good on both sides of the ball. So I got to go with the Bengals. Yeah,
I'm also going to go with the Bengals. They're the better team. You just said it, like, you know, what I wanted to say. Basically, when you don't have quarterback play, it kind of, limits what Le'Veon Bell can do. They load the box up. He goes from Le'Veon Bell to Labia Bell, and it's really nothing. It's really nothing that you can do about it. And the Bengals right now are playing some of the best football.
They're good. They're good at every position. Like they're good at every. There's no position.
Yeah, not great, but they're good at it. I get you. Yeah. Last game.
Why is Mike Vick that bad, yo?
I'm not even getting into that last game before we get out of here, good brother.
Yo, he's played 13 years.
We got the Indianapolis Colts going to play against the Panthers. There are actually rumors that the coach won't even make it out of this season now. Chuck Strong for how long? Who you got in this game, B. Austin?
Yo, man. Rest in peace, my man, Chuck Strong career. I got the Panthers. I think Jimmy is getting some late breaking news right now, so he'll let us know. But I got the Panthers in this.
That was Mike Vick calling and saying why you still slandering him though. But you know,
yo, I respect you, man. I what they did in Steelers land was wrong. Talking about you and them dogs. That's why they're gonna lose this weekend because they didn't leave it alone. I got the Panthers, better team, and even furthermore, when you take an indoor team and put them outdoors, unless they were already the better team, then that's just it. If everything is even and an indoor is going outdoor, you take the outdoor. The outdoor is going indoor, you take the indoor. In this case, it ain't even because the Panthers are better on turf or on grass, period. So now, I just don't have the Colts winning that.
Now, my thing is this, right? I'm taking
the Panthers can do it without a good quarterback. But go ahead.
I know you want to throw some Cam Newton slander, and I'm not getting into that debate with you right now. No Cam Newton debate. But here's my thing. I'm taking the Panthers. They're a better team overall, bottom line. I mean, we talked about their linebackers. I think they have a better secondary. Up front where the fat guys play, they're better on both sides, defense and offense. So I think they're a better team. it's interesting to me to see this Colts team fall apart. Now, there's still a lot of season left, and their division is kind of sus. But watching them play, man, and they're talking about the coach not making out of the bye week. Like, that's Chuck Strong, man. We did an episode a couple weeks ago called Chuck Strong.
The offensive line owes Andrew Luck a fade. Like, they got to shoot the fair one with my man Andrew Luck because they don't protect him at all. They just be allowing defensive linemen and linebackers.
No, and some of that's true. Their defensive line is atrocious. Their run defense stinks. Like, they're not playing well anywhere, and that includes the quarterback. Because even when they do give him time, my man doesn't. But he don't like. It's something wrong with Andrew Luck. Like, my man wants to like throw touchdowns every pass. Like,
when you know your defense can't stop us, then you got to get points.
Sometimes they calm him down and they start putting drives together. Then sometimes he out there chucking it up. My man is going 60, 80 yards every pass. Like,
Jimmy, he's in the back of his mind. He's like, God damn, Monte in the back calling his grandma. I don't know who's up here on it. My man Robert Mathis, Dwight Freeney gone. I gotta get these touchdowns, man, because they not gonna stop Nathan.
Yeah,
that's what's in his mind, man. That's what's in his mind. It's psychological.
It is, man. But some of it is him too. Like, they're just not playing well at all. I didn't think it would be this. Even if I thought they would lose a couple of games, like, I didn't think it would be this bad.
Somebody blamed it on the fact their OC is from an HBCU, and I took offense to that, man.
Somebody really said that?
Man. Yeah. Shout out to my man Pep Hamilton. You my man, yo. We go back a few days, man.
No, but it's not just the OC, man. It's like their defense, man. I don't know. Like, this is a team that a lot of
and their cornerbacks aren't bad. Their cornerbacks every cornerback tandem is bad if the D line ain't getting there. So yeah.
Yeah, but this is a team where a lot of people predicted they would actually be in contention to win the chip.
They have a white kick returner.
Let's end on that, man. B. Austin boils it down to the fact that you can't win a chip with a white kick returner, man.
And punt returner.
All the people out there are going to start citing the Patriots, FOH, man. They still found it funny.
They're outliers.
But yeah, they're the outlier. Word to Malcolm Gladwell, man. So with that being said, man, last thing I had before we get out of here was, like, we talked about the Colts. Is that your biggest shock this season? What's your biggest shock thus far this season? Is the Colts?
Yes. The Colts have been single-handedly able to make me look like an asshole because I picked Andrew Luck to win the MVP, and I thought the Colts were going very far, and I was wrong.
Yeah, I think that's a shot. I think the Ravens, the way they're losing.
Yeah, Ravens.
But also the way the Ravens have been losing. True. It's like, man, listen. They're in every game. They're in every game, but they find a way to lose. They're disrespectful to
Steve Smith, man.
They're got that old man out there working, and they find a way to lose.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so that's a shock. But the Colts have to be the biggest shock. You're right, B. Austin. The Colts definitely have to be the biggest shock because people picked Luck to win the MVP, Offensive Player of the Year. Some people said Chuck Strong, Coach of the Year. They had them in the AFC chip. Some people had them winning the entire thing. But thus far, I mean, it's still a long season left, still a lot of season left, but got to be the biggest disappointment so far this season, man. B. Austin, man, thanks again, man. It's time for us to get out of here. Everybody watching, whether you're listening to the audio, whether you're watching the video, share this content and give us some feedback. Remember, everything can be found at warroomsports.com. Subscribe to this channel. If you're listening on the audio, subscribe to our SoundCloud. Just go to warroomsports.com and check out everything that we're doing. As we always say, don't accept mediocrity. Be steadfast in the war against ignorance, and we'll see you chumps on top.
Yo, Yusef Mack, man. Let Nas down, you let God down, you let yourself down, bitch.
It's the war room with 5 nights at the round table. 5 Philly guys diversified and educated.